Out of the undrafted free agents, there are some shocking ones. The Falcons signed Mike Vrabel's son as an undrafted free agent, Tyler Vrabel. They took a flyer on him. Let's see what he has. The Bears released Nick Foles, giving him the opportunity to say where he wanted to go. Now, the Cowboy UDFAs. There's a lot of them. If I remember, there's anywhere between 16 to 19 undrafted free agents. There's almost an ability that 10 of these guys can make the roster. That's how this, because it's so loaded due to the COVID portal of allowing the players to go back, not lose a year of eligibility, and then come and then go into the NFL. And some of the players were 25, 26, and some of these players are 20. That's how crazy this is. We start off with Big Cat Bryant, the edge at a UCF, who was formerly from Auburn, transferred over to UCF. He was the first one to sign, and it didn't take very long. The Cowboys signed him within like the first hour and a half, like first 90 minutes, and Big Cat was signed. It was how crazy this was. Now I'm hoping I pronounced this right. Hanye Thomas, the linebacker out of Georgia Tech. The safety out of Georgia Tech. They may turn him into a linebacker. He's got like the Keanu O'Neal build. They could turn him into a linebacker. Aaron Shamplin, the running back out of Harvard. Smart guy. Try to keep him around. Maybe he becomes a Jaquan Hardy. Isaac Taylor Stewart at a USC. There's no guarantee of what he'll play because he wasn't labeled. Linebacker, safety, whatever, we'll see. Alec Lindstrom out of Boston College. That's right, you heard that right. Lindstrom, the brother of Alex Lindstrom, the Falcons guard, he was brought in by the Cowboys as a center. The Cowboys did not stop there. They brought in the center from BYU as well to contend with Tyler Biotish and Matt Farniok. The Cowboys did bring in some wide receivers, but let's first start with the safety. One of the last safeties they brought in was Marquise Bell, the safety out of Florida A&M. They brought him in. They like him. Maybe they do a similar thing, move him to linebacker or move him to a special team safety. Who knows? The wide receivers they took was Ty Freifogel, a guy who a few years ago would have probably been a third-round pick or second-round pick, ends up being undrafted, just having a bad year. Dontario Drummond is another guy they took out of Ole Miss. Never really got the opportunity, so we'll see what he has. Aaron Husford, the running back out of Texas A&M, he was Hansford. He was the running back, decommitted from going to Washington to come to Dallas because of the way these things work. If you're not drafted and you're lucky, you will get a call from an owner or the GM, or for the Cowboys both. You'll get a call and say, hey, we want you to come here. We couldn't draft you because there was a lot of other needs we needed to deal with, but we want you to come here as an undrafted free agent. We know you talked to Washington. We are willing to pay a similar amount for you to come here. And obviously, from Texas Tech, makes a whole lot of sense. The Cowboys also brought in, if I'm pronouncing this name wrong, I'm sorry, Amon Simon from Texas Tech Commerce. I had no tape on Texas Tech Commerce, so I don't know how to explain it. one of the last people they brought in was Dennis Houston, wide receiver out of Western Illinois. The Cowboys like their wide receivers, and they're fighting for the last spot. But the one guy the Cowboys did bring in was a kicker, Jonathan Garbe, if I pronounced that right. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. Garbe, something like that. He's a kicker out of Texas Tech. The Cowboys brought him in. Very limited experience of being a kicker, but last year was 18 of 19 for field goals and missed, I think, only one extra point. The Cowboys, if you've actually followed the Cowboys for some length of time, you know the Cowboys have had issues at kicker for the last couple years. You say, well, Zerline's percentages look good. Yes, but he missed 6 field goals last year, 6 extra points, and almost a combined of 30 points that he missed just on his own. So the Cowboys needed to make a change. They released Zerline. Now, they bring in Jonathan Garbe. The last player they brought in, the Cowboys brought in, was Story Jackson out of Liberty. He's a linebacker. See if he can fit in this room with these Cowboy linebackers, led by Michael Parsons.